Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Part Stock. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Well, you probably heard by now that Tesla is to lay off 10% of its workforce. And this move, while unfortunate, is often a strategic decision made by companies facing a myriad of challenges in the automotive sector. But like I said, employees will be the first, not the second, not the third, or an afterthought, but is the very first expense reduction exercise. Now, I'm going to dive into some of the key reasons behind such layoffs, but take a look at what Tesla underwent in the last 12 months, and I'm going to list them here. Here's a company which took over 17 years to gain profitability and managed to start enjoying a little breathing room, and they have been hit by Western policies within the last 4 months. Tesla started to realize profitability because it had what you call maybe first mover advantage, because no other company, no other car making company was that big to be putting out electric vehicles at that time. This was considered a niche market. Now let's take a look at some of what Tesla experienced. Tesla stock sold off sharply this week after its earnings report showed the company was on track for its lowest quarter since 2022. I reported that in my last video, and those temporary factors, including shipping disruptions in the Red Sea and an arson attack on its new German battery plant in which they set up. Tesla had previously laid off 4% of its workforce in New York in February this last year as part of a performance review cycle before a union campaign was to be launched by its employees. Tesla shares have fallen about 31% so far this year, and they're underperforming people like Toyota and General Motors, whose shares have rallied at 45% and 20% respectively. And this is also thanks to consumers transitioning away from electric vehicles and going back to internal combustion engine. But before we continue, please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and like and share. Let's take a look at this video right now.
Cybertrucks line the side of the highway in southeast Austin amid new reports that Tesla is temporarily halting deliveries as a top Tesla exec announces his resignation on Twitter and the company announces mass layoffs.
Just out of the blue, they laid me off.
Until Monday, Bradley Olson worked on Model Ys at the Gigafactory.
At 2 a.m., which is middle of the day for me because I was overnight shift. Just look at my phone and my Microsoft Teams logged me out. I was like, oh, okay, I probably just need to reset my password. But then I tried and they said, and then it says my account was blocked. And I had like a straight up panic attack.
Some employees even showed up to work Monday morning.
I was literally standing outside trying to figure out why my badge isn't working. Why is it that I can't log in?
The employees Fox 7 spoke to were sent an email notifying them around 3 Monday morning. It notes the need for cost reductions and increasing productivity, though, quote, this decision was not made lightly. Employees were told in the memo that their last working day was Sunday, the day prior. Also included in the email, a warn notice in case of, quote, any possible obligation under federal or state law. The WARN Act requires companies with a certain number of employees to provide notice 60 days in advance ahead of plant closures or mass layoffs. Official employment termination will occur as early as June 14th. And according to Tesla, employees will receive further information regarding severance packages and benefits continuation within 48 hours of the original email.
It's ridiculous. The bomb that they just dropped on me and like who knows how many other people. This is sad. It's just a heads up would have been nice.
The writing was against the wall. Firing by email seems to be the thing in today's modern society. And remember, State's car rental giant Hertz had sold about 20,000 electric vehicles due to higher expenses related to collision and damage, and replacing them with cars using internal combustion engine. This sale by Hertz affected Tesla. And then in October last year, General Motors announced it will be cutting production of electric vehicles, citing slowing demand. In January, Ford slashed production of its electric pickup truck in half. Stellantis have slashed their workforce and will shut down one of their parts manufacturing plants here in Ontario. But like I mentioned before, let's go deeper in the analysis. Firstly, the shift in consumer demand and market trends will always play a significant role, with the automotive industry undergoing rapid transformation, too rapid, including the push for EVs, autonomous technology, and changing preferences amongst consumers. Traditional car manufacturers will find themselves struggling and unable to adapt, and this resulted in overcapacity and the need to streamline operations, leading to workforce reduction. You've seen it, as I mentioned before, with Ford, Stellantis, and GM. The second point is that the economic factors and cost pressures cannot be overlooked. Rising production costs, fluctuating raw material prices, and the global economic uncertainties can squeeze profit margins for car manufacturers. You're seeing it here with Tesla. And in such circumstances, layoffs will be seen as a necessary measure to control expenses and ensure long-term financial sustainability. If they want to stay in business, they have to keep cutting the fat, getting as lean as possible. Lean is something that Toyota also implemented in their manufacturing processes. The technological advancement in automation in manufacturing processes are reshaping the workforce landscape right now. AI is here. Tesla is actually a technology company selling cars, not the other way around. Automation brings efficiency and precision to production line, and it reduces the need for manual labor. When Toyota introduced their TPS, the Toyota Production System, it changed the way how cars were manufactured at a faster, more accurate delivery schedule. Electrification has automotive plants embracing automation technologies, and some roles will be redundant, leading to workforce reductions. Hence, the amount of job losses happening right now, thanks partly due to the Western policies, the EV mandate. So restructuring initiatives and mergers within the automotive industry will give us more redundancies as companies will consolidate operations to optimize the resources that they have. The market is far more competitive right now. Hence, you're seeing all the streamlining taking place, the organizational structure, and reallocating resources to focus on core competencies, and this will result in layoffs. Employee salaries is the largest expense there is on the books. Tesla will be looking at locations where cost of labor is at its cheapest. I haven't even touched on the possible external factors such as regulatory changes, trade tariffs, and geopolitical tensions that is happening right now and can impact the automotive industry's global supply chain and market dynamics. And that's uncertainties surrounding trade policies and geopolitical events create volatility and disrupt business operations. We haven't even touched it. We're just scratching the surface as it relates to business ethics. All those are prompts to make difficult decisions, including workplace redundancy. Sadly, layoffs are never easy. They are sometimes unavoidable. And for the automotive car manufacturing plants facing a confluence of challenges, it is going to happen. Layoffs by emails are now the new thing, and the pandemic changed a lot of things. So many things, and we're unable to cope with the change. And the car makers have to constantly analyze market trends, economic conditions, technological shifts, and external factors. But once the government gets involved, it will be a nail-biting experience to keep things afloat. Things were better before the mandate, in my estimation, and I personally wish those employees all the very best. They will be all right. We usually come out better in the end, but more will go, sadly, in the very near future. What else can you add? As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.